drive to work. Man, I'm still half asleep. Oh, there we go. It was deliberate. It was deliberate. So yeah, it's looking like several things are looking to start like next month. Like, I think I don't know, but I think the next big false flag, or the next big event, I'll put it that way, is going to be the real collapse. I think is going to happen here around the 4th of July. I think they're going to bring it in just to really rub it in our faces. Because this whole thing, all of this stuff that's going on right now is being engineered. They're engineering it so that they can bring in anti-Messiah. Make no mistake. I'm sorry, I'm pausing because I'm trying to put my words together. I mean, just looking at everything, I mean, they're bringing everything down. They've brought on a loss of confidence in governmental systems globally. They brought on an economic collapse that is just going to totally destroy the lack of confidence in the U.S. dollar, the petrodollar, whatever you want to call it. I mean, look, the euros failed, the dollar's failing, the yen, the Japanese yen, it's done. They're just collapsing civilization. So they have what is it? I don't want to say Malthus. I want to say. The only word that keeps coming to my mind is evangelical, but that's not the word I'm looking for. I'm looking for the Fabian. Yes, there we go. The Fabian socialist chaos. You know, the fires of chaos, so they can remake the world in their own image. I mean, it's disgusting. I can't. You know, and the societies are morally bankrupt. And it's like I said before, I mean, society is always 3 meals away from collapsing. As long as you are bringing in, you know, produce into the cities, everybody's happy. But the minute the food stops coming into the cities from the rural aggregate, everything melts down, you know. I mean, even in in this country, that being the United Socialist State of Babylon, you know, even the very poor here are rich compared to other continents. I got, my uncle who works for AAFES. If you don't know what that is, look it up. AAFES. He works in third world countries. He works in the Middle East and in Persia. And he tells stories about, just, really good people. I mean, really good people, but are so poor, so dirt poor that, he can't even sit next to them because they smell so bad. They smell bad because they don't have good hygiene, because they're in the middle of a hellhole. And that's exactly where America is being brought. It's being brought to a third world hellhole. We're coming down, and China is coming up, but not much, just a little bit. China is bringing millions a month into their mega cities and chasing them out of the rural areas. And the same thing's happening here in the United States. They're making people completely dependent, and centralizing the control and getting people off the land. And that's just a recipe for disaster. It is an absolute recipe for disaster. Putting biotech companies in charge of the agriculture. Unbelievable. We are looking at an absolute nightmare. I mean, it is absolutely sickeningly horrifying to see how far this country has fallen, And I'm right here in the middle of it. I'm not judging anybody. I'm faced with the same fate as everybody else here. We've had it so good for so long that when this thing comes crashing down, and it is crashing down right around our ears, the problem is spiritual. All it's doing is playing out in the physical realm. The moral bankruptcy is what's really bringing this on. The spiritual bankruptcy is bringing on the fiat bankruptcy. What we're looking at in the physical world is simply the symptoms. I don't know why I was having a hard time saying that. These are just the symptoms of the root, the cause, the viral aspect of our spiritual and moral ineptitude. I don't know. I mean, what's the word? Ineptitude, malfeasance. Incompetence, incontinence. I mean, we're a bunch of, we're a bunch of toddlers still in our diapers, sucking on mommy's tit instead of moving on to meat. We have absolutely, we've got false shepherds leading us around by our tiny little hands. They're leading us to slaughter. They're leading us to be fed on by wolves and all manner of carrion bird. And it's here. I mean, forget about it. It's coming. Forget about it. It's coming. It's in the house. And I guess that's why it says judgment begins in the house of God, because he's got to clean up his own house before he can clean up the block. We don't really get a say in this. I mean, we complete our case before the court, but we've got a deaf ear at this point. had it too good for too long, and this is the course of history playing out right in front of our eyes, and we're still watching Dancing with the Whores, diddling ourselves in the bathroom. It's just sickening. It's completely disgusting. I mean, it's absolutely wretched, you know. I mean, I read Brzezinski, I read, what's his name, Kissinger, I read Soros and Bertrand Russell, and, you know, it's done. It's done, people. It's already done. It's right in front of your face. Everything they talked about doing for the last 160 years, it's done. They've finished it. Well, you were busy playing. You know, they fed you they fed you sports teams and GMO to dumb you down and co-opt your tribalism and your humanity. Instead of getting upset about your neighbors being poisoned, you get upset about your stinking ball team losing. I tell you what, man, if we got a third as excited for Christ as we get for our damn sports teams, the world will be a better place. It makes me sick, man. I mean, guys, I have to sit here and listen to people talk about their sports teams as if those people on those teams give a shit about you, like they care. Oh, this player is such and such, and that player is such and such, and they, you know, did you see what he did? Before you start getting in on me about what these players on these sports teams do to contribute a certain amount of their, you know, their salaries to this and that charity, don't even go there. They're required to do that. If they had their choice, they wouldn't do it at all. These people run around like gangsters and thugs because that's the culture that's been inculcated. And the charities themselves, by and large, all of these charities are Rockefeller run. So don't tell me about all the great contributions these idiotic sports players do for the communities at large, blah, 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 blah. But you know, most of these people, they end up used car salesmen. They're politicians. I'm telling you, man, I mean, the corporate noose, they need to be hung by their neckties. It's disgusting. It's absolutely corrupt. And if you think the actual the players on these teams have any direct effect on whether one loses or wins, you got another thing coming. These things are all thrown. Things are all thrown in your face. Your nose is rubbed in it like a steaming pile of you-know-what. The whole thing is rigged. It's a complete fraud. Every aspect of it is a total and complete fraud meant to destroy you from within. Oh, America is dying. Awesome, man. Our government is doing nothing. That's awesome. Where are the jobs and oil? Yeah, good question. Good question. Sprinkler install repair guy. Pool care and equipment repair. This is too cool for school, man. Somebody's awake. Somebody's awake. Yeah, where are the jobs and oil? We've got it, man. It's just going to other places. And you ain't getting none, slave. butt midget? I mean, come on, guys. Stick one in your butt and one in your mouth and switch out occasionally. We're so out of control, man. I mean, I know I sound crass and harsh, but hey, you know, that's my job. That is my job. Try to use words to offend you so that you do get angry and decide to do something. Whether you get me shut down or whatever, get active, do something. I got a thumbs down on my video the other day. I'm sure it was because I was talking about people's wives and children being raped and slaughtered in front of your face. Well, it's coming, whether you like it or not, whether you thumb me down or not. It's what you get. It's what you get. You want it, you got it. We're not playing games. This is a Marxist coup. This is what they do. This is all they're capable of. It is a satanic revolution against creation. It's what you get. You turn a blind eye and believe the lie that, oh, there's no right or wrong. There's no good or bad, there's just what feels good. Yeah, that hedonistic behavior, that hedonistic mindset has got us to this place right now. While your pastors were giving you the wealth, health, and prosperity gospel, you were being sold out right in front of your face. Not even behind your back, right out in front of your face. And now they're going to pick your bones. They picked your pocket, now they're going to pick your bones. You're dead. You can't get that through your mind. If you think that's insulting that I say that, wait till it comes to your front door. Then you might think about what I said and go, oh crap, well,